So you show up at Buds. So you get done with college. College is college, right? Is there anything particular you want to say about college?
No.
Okay. Well, cool. Because I don't particularly want to hear about it.
College happened.
Yeah,
Done.
college happened. And so you show up at Buds, and any issues at Buds?
Yeah. I started with class 261. About Tuesday afternoon of my first Hell Week, my stress fracture developed into a pretty noticeable fracture.
Oh.
And I got the old question, are you hurt or are you injured, Mr. Crenshaw? And you really want to be injured because you better not just be hurt because then you're just quitting. Mm-hmm. And I was injured pretty substantially. I mean, stress fractures are pretty normal injury in Buds.
Okay, so when I'm sitting there talking about people don't prep enough, you're like, actually, you should prep more. Do you think you could have run more preparing for Buds?
I would have. I ran plenty. I would have focused a little bit more on strength and conditioning. Something I just didn't know how to do back then.
Right.
Because what happens in Buds is, you're going to go to failure. You're going to go to failure no matter what. It's going to happen on the hour, every hour, maybe every 10 minutes, all the time. So guys who over prepare, they can't understand why they're failing so much, right? And that messes with their head. So maybe that's what you mean by over preparing, because that's what I mean by I think guys get too confident in their abilities and they just don't understand why they're hitting a wall all the time. Whereas guys like me are just I expected to suck, so it's really not a surprise. But we're just going to keep trying no matter what and just never quit. And quitting is never an option. The other problem is if you over prepare, maybe it becomes an option. This isn't the case for everybody, but I've seen some of the best in shape guys quit because it was just, they were like, maybe it was an option for them. Like, maybe I'll make it, maybe I won't. But if you should never go into Buds thinking that way. And that's why a lot of guys who make it through, I think, have this story that, well, I wanted to do it since I was 10 years old. So it was just never an option for me to ever quit. So, you do need to prepare enough to make sure your muscles, when they do fail, aren't putting all the strain on your joints and your knees.
I see what you're saying.
And that's what happened to me because it just happened over time. And over time, you're limping a certain way, and that causes a fracture eventually because there's too much pressure being put on your bones. So, or I just had weak genetics, which is the
likely story.
More likely answer. So I got rolled back. I came back again with 264, and there's that 2 mile run you do in Hell Week. It's like Tuesday or so of Hell Week, and it's a timed. You went through a long time ago. Well, it's like a Tuesday or something. It's a timed run, and if you get in the top 5, you don't have to do it again, and then everybody else has to do it all over again, and you get to rest under a boat and eat sand or whatever they let you do. Munch on that sand over there. And my first Hell Week, I was dead last. I mean, just not even close, right? Because I was limping the whole time. In my second Hell Week, I was first place by maybe 5 minutes, and maybe because I knew what the game was, but everybody does actually, because the word gets around. But it was a message maybe to myself of like, we're gonna not only do this, but we're gonna crush it, and I'm gonna feel good about it. I'm gonna rest under that boat and eat my sand while everybody else is running. Frankly, it was really cold, so I kind of wish I'd been running at the time. But whatever, I won.
The closest story I have to that is we got done with a 4 mile timed run, and when we got done, the people that failed, and I didn't fail, but there was a bunch of people that failed, and the instructor, who is a perfect instructor, meaning that his attitude and the way he carried himself was epic for Buds. And he was the senior chief of the phase. It was dive phase. And the guys come across, and he's collecting the guys that fail, which was probably at least half the class. And then, he says, because I'm fair, I'm going to go ahead and let you do this timed run again. Get on the line. Ready, go. And everyone had to run another 4 mile timed run. Right. Well, not us, but the people that passed got to not do it.
Okay.
But the people that didn't pass, which was half the class, had to go and just run another 4 mile timed run right then to see if they could then pass it.
Yeah, because it's much easier to pass after you.
Much easier
on the 8th mile. You're definitely doing a lot better.
Yeah, especially after you put out as hard as you possibly could for a 4 mile timed run, which I actually had to do every time. I failed a run, and I failed one run in buds, I paced myself. Mm-hmm. I said, oh, you know what? I'll just pace myself. I'm not going to put out as hard as I can. I'll save a little bit for later. And that didn't work. I failed because I'm not a fast runner. And so from then on, it was just a sprint as hard as I could go for the whole damn time. And unlike you, I didn't win any races in buds.
It's literally none.